a friend, here's what to say. Let's talk in English, 10 minutes every day. When you need a friend, here's what to say. Let's talk in English, 10 minutes every day. That's the way.
Hey, Megan. I heard you bought a house.
We did. It's not very big, but it's nice.
Someday I'll buy a house, but I want an unusual one.
There are some unusual ones in the world. Have you heard about the skinniest house in the world?
No, I haven't.
It's only 152 centimeters wide at its widest point.
You wouldn't have much space.
A house in Japan is made of glass.
I wouldn't like that. People could see everything I did.
One person built a very tiny house. It's only 1 square meter.
How do you sleep in it?
You have to lay the house on its side.
Interesting.
And a house in Mexico looks like a giant seashell.
That would be a fantastic house to live in.
Some people live in unusual houses. A house in Mexico looks like a giant seashell. A house in the United States sits at the top of a waterfall. The skinniest house in the world is 152 centimeters wide at its widest point. A house in Japan is made of glass. People can see everything you do in that house. One person built a really tiny house. It is only 1 square meter. There is just enough room to sit in it. To sleep, you must lay the house on its side. Hey there, friends! Welcome to another great day here at Let's Talk in English. We're so glad you're here with us today. My name's Pauline.
And my name is Garrett. You're here for a culture lesson.
Yes, and we're talking again about different kinds of houses.
Ooh, it was fun talking about this yesterday. Pauline would like to live in a house over the water, a boathouse, or a tree house.
Oh, I would love that. And Garrett would like to live in a nice, cool underground house.
I would. James likes that idea too. In fact, he'd like to live in a cave.
I don't know about that one. Oh, and we also talked about tiny houses.
Yes. Tiny houses are special because they are really, really small.
Right. They are really cute, and some of them have wheels so you can move the house. But they are really small, so you can't have a lot of stuff inside it.
Right. Susie wouldn't like that. She has too much stuff.
And too many animals.
Good point. She does have a lot of animals. It would be hard for all of them to live in one tiny house.
Right. Well, today we're going to keep talking about different kinds of houses. Some people own very special houses, houses that are strange shapes or made out of very unusual things.
It will be fun to talk about those, but before we do, let's learn our key words. Here's Sonia.
Hello, Megan 知道墨西哥有一栋房子，外观看起来呢像是巨大的贝壳。And a house in Mexico looks like a giant seashell. 形容词 giant 就是巨大的。你听说过全世界最窄的房子吗？ Megan 说 Have you heard about the skinniest house in the world? 形容词 skinny 就是瘦窄的，最高级去 Y 加上 IEST。Megan 说，那栋房子最宽的地方只有152公分。It's only 152 centimeters wide at its widest point. 形容词 wide 就是宽度是多少的，宽的。他还说，日本呢有一栋用玻璃盖成的房子。A house in Japan is made of glass. 名词 glass 就是玻璃。还有一个人盖了一栋很迷你的房子，只有1平方公尺大哦。Megan 说 ，It's only 1 square meter. 形容词 square 就是平方的。要睡觉的时候，必须把房子侧倒下来。Megan 说 ，You have to lay the house on its side. 动词 lay 就是平放。
Hey, Megan. I heard you bought a house.
We did. It's not very big, but it's nice.
Someday I'll buy a house, but I want an unusual one.
There are some unusual ones in the world. Have you heard about the skinniest house in the world?
No, I haven't.
It's only 152 centimeters wide at its widest point.
You wouldn't have much space.
Hey, Megan bought a house.
How exciting! What's her house like?
Well, she said it's not very big, but it's nice.
Okay, so it's a small house, but still regular, not a tiny house?
Right. Greg wants to buy a house someday too, but he wants an unusual one.
That doesn't surprise me. Greg is a bit of an unusual guy.
Yeah, he has his own style.
I wonder what kind of unusual house Greg wants. There are some really strange ones in the world.
There are. Oh, and hey, that's what Sonia wanted to talk about next. Isn't that right, Sonia?
Megan 说，世界上有些不寻常的房子。There are some unusual ones in the world. There is 或是 there are 是英语中常用的句型，用来表示人或是事物的存在。There 呢是引导词，本身并没有意思。我们来造个句子，例如 There is a bird in the tree. 树上有一只鸟。或是 There are some books on the shelf. 架子上有几本书。我们再举个例子 There are quite a few mice in the house. 房子里有不少老鼠。
Thanks, Sonia. Hey, Garrett, have you heard about that house in New York that's in a clock tower?
A clock tower? No, I haven't.
It looks really cool. Oh, and have you heard of the upside down house in Germany?
Upside down? No, I haven't heard of that either.
Oh, and have you heard of the house that is in the
No, I probably haven't, Pauline. I haven't heard of any of these houses before.
Okay. But hey, that's great because I haven't is today's calendar phrase.
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. 不，我没有。
Have you ever lived on a boat?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever lived in a cave?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever lived in a tree house?
No, I haven't.
Would you like to?
No, I wouldn't.
Me either.
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. 不，我没有。
Pauline, have you heard about the skinniest house in the world?
Well, I hadn't until today.
Oof, me neither. Oh, but hey, Manya heard that we're using this question a lot today, and I think she wants to practice it with us. Isn't that right, Manya?
Happy Friday, friends! Let's make some questions using today's Use It. If you want to ask someone if they've recently heard about something, you can make a question beginning with, have you heard about ... For example, have you heard about Ted's new pet? And have you heard about the new teacher at school? That's our Use It for today. Wasn't it fun? Go ahead and make your own question so you can use it.
Thanks, Amanya. That was very helpful. And now, friends, maybe you can make some more questions like that while we take a quick break. Don't go away.
Let's talk in English. 10 minutes every day. That's the way.
Welcome back, friends. Would you like to live in an unusual house?
Like a house in an airplane, a house made out of plastic water bottles, or maybe a house that looks like a pumpkin?
Are those even real?
Yes. Oh, and Megan knows about some other really unusual houses. Let's get back to her now.
A house in Japan is made of glass.
I wouldn't like that. People could see everything I did.
One person built a very tiny house. It's only 1 square meter.
How do you sleep in it?
You have to lay the house on its side.
Interesting.
And a house in Mexico looks like a giant seashell.
That would be a fantastic house to live in.
Garrett, would you like to live in a house made of glass?
I don't think so. It would be too hard to keep it clean.
Oh, good point. Just keeping a few windows clean is a lot of work.
Yeah, so imagine if your whole house was just glass.
Oof, right. James wouldn't like to live in a house made of glass either, but he has a different reason. He says people could see everything.
Oof, that's a good point, too. I wouldn't want strangers to see me in my bedroom or my bathroom.
Oh, right. Yeah, that doesn't sound nice.
Oof. Well, Pauline, what is your parents' house made of? Brick, cement, wood?
My parents' house is made of wood mostly. That's pretty common in the United States. Oh, but I'm glad you asked because Sonia wants to talk to us about what it means to be made of something. Sonia?
Megan 说，日本有一栋用玻璃盖成的房子。A house in Japan is made of glass. 我们来看一下 be made of 这个说法，意思是用什么东西制成的。我们还能够看得见原料，或是强调某物呢是以这个原物料所构成的，就可以用 be made of。例如 This chair is made of wood. 这张椅子是木头做的。或是 This ring is made of gold. 这戒指是黄金制成的。我们再举个例子 This piece of art is made of trash. 这件艺术品是由垃圾制成的。
Thanks, Sonia. Hey, Pauline, would you like to live in a giant seashell house?
Maybe. I do love seashells, but I don't think I want to live in a giant house.
Oh, so you'd like to live in that super tiny house that Megan was talking about? The house that is only 1 square meter?
No, I want a bigger house than that.
Me too. How is a 1 square meter house even possible?
Yeah, I I looked it up on the internet. It doesn't have a bathroom or a kitchen.
Okay, but is it even big enough to stand in?
Well, no. But it's big enough to sit in at a small desk.
Okay, then how do you sleep in it?
Well, you have to fold the desk back into the wall and then lay the house on its side.
Interesting. Who would want to live in such a tiny house?
Well, some people who are very poor don't have a home. They have to sleep outside. Those people would probably love even this very tiny home.
Oh, that's a good point. Is that what this house is for?
Yeah, the idea was to find a way to make very cheap homes for people in need.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I thought so too. All right, well, now friends, it's time for us to stop talking and to review together.
Here's your first keyword for today. Giant. Giant. He lives in a giant house.
Skinny. Skinny. Dan is really skinny.
Wide. Wide. How wide is the table?
Glass. Glass. The glass in the door broke.
Square. Square. This room is 10 square meters.
Lay. Lay. Lay your coat on the chair. All right, friends, and those are your key words for today. You're doing great already. Just keep on practicing. And now let's watch today's conversation one more time.
Hey, Megan. I heard you bought a house.
We did. It's not very big, but it's nice.
Someday I'll buy a house, but I want an unusual one.
There are some unusual ones in the world. Have you heard about the skinniest house in the world?
No, I haven't.
It's only 152 centimeters wide at its widest point.
You wouldn't have much space.
A house in Japan is made of glass.
I wouldn't like that. People could see everything I did.
One person built a very tiny house. It's only 1 square meter.
How do you sleep in it?
You have to lay the house on its side.
Interesting.
And a house in Mexico looks like a giant seashell.
That would be a fantastic house to live in.
Some houses are very unusual.
I know. There's one house that's very skinny.
A skinny house?
That's right. It's not very wide. There isn't much space.
You have to be skinny to live in a skinny house.
There's one house that's made of glass.
Ooh, the view must be very nice. You can easily see out.
Yes, but your neighbors can easily see in.
Ooh, no, that's not good.
Oh, one house is only 1 square meter.
Oh, no, that's just too tiny.
I agree. Another unusual house looks like a giant seashell. Would you like to live in that one?
No, thanks. Unusual houses are interesting, but I want to live in a house that looks like a house.
Yeah, me too.
Can you hear the ocean and the seahills?
Aha! What am I doing here? I'm searching for the word of the week. Let's check out some items on this desk. Ooh, I see a magazine. Yes, magazine was a key word this week. Oh, and here's a computer. That was also a key word. Oh, here's an old radio. Oh, and some CDs. La 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 la. Music, of course. That was another key word. But I still haven't found the word I'm searching for. Oh, wait, here's a calendar. It has lots of events written on it. Maybe I'll sign up for something. Oh, I can use this giant pen and sign up. Hey, giant and event are key words. But let's keep searching. Hey, there should be a cup of water, but it's missing, so it's probably not the key word. Menu's a key word, but it's missing too. Oh, but here's someone's homework. Oh, and here's a family picture. Lots of things here, but we need to keep searching. The word of the week must be around here somewhere. Don't worry, we'll find it, I promise. I'll search and search and search until I find it. Hey, let me search my pockets. Aha! It's a tiny note. It says, oh, search. And that's the word of the week, search. I'm glad we found it. I'm tired of searching.
Ooh, this was a fun lesson learning about some unusual homes. You know, I used to live right across the street from a very unusual home.
Really? What was so unusual about it?
Well, it looked like a giant ball. It was just one big circle.
Oh, that is really different. Did you ever get to go inside?
I did not. I didn't know the people that lived there, but they had a really big yard with lots of plants.
Oh, well, that sounds nice. Well, friends, whether you live in a really big house, a tiny house, an apartment, or a houseboat, wherever you live, we hope you are grateful for the home you have, and we hope you enjoyed learning about this topic with us today. We'll be back tomorrow to review together, so we hope you'll join us then. Right here on Let's Talk in English. Goodbye.